Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jagannatha Swami ki jai. The 50th anniversary of ISKCON ki jai. Hari Bol. So, this evening lecture is going to be about Lord Jagannath and the 50th anniversary of ISKCON, how they are related to each other. So, first, in relation to the 50th anniversary, once the devotees were with Prabhupada, and one of them, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, why did you come to America? You know, other God brothers, they went to London, no? But you decided to come to America. Why was that? And Prabhupada's answer was, he said, well, I thought if I'm going to fail too, let me fail somewhere else. Not the same place, different place. That's humor. Prabhupada has a great sense of humor. Of course, Krishna makes sure he will never fail, because it was predicted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that this Krishna consciousness will spread all over the world. Now the question may arise, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He could have spread his movement all over the world himself. He is God. Why he didn't do it? Prabhupada explained that in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Adi Lila, that Lord Chaitanya wanted to give the credit to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That is His mercy. Of course, that means to Srila Prabhupada. He's the founder Acharya of ISKCON. So many contributions ISKCON has given to the world. I may speak some of them. For me, very important information was about God's form, that God has a form, is a person, has activities, has qualities, and has an eternal form, Satchitananda Vigraha. You don't find this information in any other spiritual religious tradition, that God is a person, has a form, is beautiful, is youthful. We know the artist Michelangelo, he made a painting of God as an old man, with white beard, white hair, and face full of wrinkles. Have you seen that? He creating human. And I thought to myself, why he has painted God like that? The Bible doesn't say he's old. It says that Jesus is the Son of God. So God must be a little older than Jesus then. He can't look the same. Or maybe since God created this world, and that was so long ago, for the time being he must be old. But the Brahma Samhita explained, Advaitam achyutam anadi manantarupam madhyam purana purusham navajovanam cha vedeshu durlamatma bhakto govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. It explained that the Lord is Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadi, Manantarupam. There is no duality in Him. Advaita means no duality. We have duality. Our body and soul are different from each other. But Krishna's soul and body is one and the same, non-different. His body and soul are spiritual the same. Advaitam Achyutam, he's infallible. Whatever he wants, he achieves. Anadim, he has no origin, and he has unlimited forms, Anantarupam. And he is Adyam Purana Purusha, he's the oldest person. Navajovanam cha, but he's always youthful, beautiful and youthful. Navajovanam, eternally young and beautiful. So, I was a teenager. Once I asked a Christian priest how God looks like, because I read in the Bible that we are made in the image of God. So he said, that's a mystery, nobody have seen God. So I was disappointed with that answer. I was very curious to know how God looks like. Then I read that Jesus said in the Bible that there are more truth to be told, but you are not ready to understand. Okay, so he's given permission, find somewhere else the answer. And in that search, I started practicing yoga, became vegetarian, but still they have no clear conception of God as a person. They have God as an energy, and So once I told a teacher about my frustration that although I'm practicing yoga, it's very healthy and everything, very nice, but I'm still looking for an answer to this question. He said, well, if you want to know God, I will recommend Bhakti Yoga. That was the first time I heard the word Bhakti Yoga. Anyway, I went with a friend to visit a yoga center in Bogota, that's Colombia, South America. I was living in Venezuela, neighboring country. And there, we went to a vegetarian restaurant, and while there I told my friend, do you see this gray ugly building from the window? This is made by man. And do you see this fragrant, beautiful roses on the table? These are made by God. If God can make such beautiful things, imagine how beautiful must be God. But unfortunately, I don't know much about it. But I promise you, when I will come to know the truth about God, I will surrender my life to Him, dedicate my life to Him. My friend said, that's very nice thought, but take it easy. So after a few days, we went back to South Venezuela. Walking on the street, we met one devotee. And he offered us the book. So we have a talk. And he invited, oh, you practice yoga, you're a vegetarian, please visit our temple. We have a Sunday feast. We read Bhagavad Gita, we chant mantras, there is spiritual music, and there is also vegetarian feast, please come. Everything is for free. He said, well, we like that idea, we would like to go. So he gave us the card, and we went on Sunday. I remember the first thing I asked the devotees when I entered the temple was, and for you, how God looks like. And the devotees, very confident and smiling, they said, they showed me a painting, beautiful painting of Radha and Krishna. Beautiful, big oil painting. And a peacock was there, and there was a cow, and the Yamuna river with lotus flowers in it, very beautiful. And Radha, Krishna playing the flute. And I looked at the painting and I thought, why not? He looks very beautiful. Why not? He could be God. And I thought to myself, all religions of the world are looking for God, and this Hare Krishna people has this picture on the wall of the temple. That's far out. I must know more about this philosophy. I want to know more. So start to read the book, start chanting Hare Krishna. And in a few months, I made up my mind to become monk, live in the temple, full-time monk. I told my parents about it. They were shocked. They were not, first time I saw the devotee was on TV. Was with my family, having dinner. And there was one show on TV. And the show, the devotees appeared on the show. And they were chanting, and then they were interviewed, they start talking, answering questions. And then I put more volume. I wanted to hear more clearly what they were saying. I thought it was very interesting. When I did that, my mother said, the only thing left to you is to join this Hare Krishna people. Like, she was foretelling what was going to happen. She saw my interest, you know. So anyway, so I told my parents I want to join the Hare Krishna movement. Of course, they were upset. And mother was crying, don't go, you know, we love you. I love you too, but you know, this is my call. This is my call. I feel that God is calling me. I have to go, you know. So, and I told them, you should not be unhappy, you should be happy. They said, why? We don't want you to go. I told them, because I want to remind you that you told me that before me you had 3 sons, and the 3 died after sickness, diseases, 1, 2 years old. So you made a pilgrimage, Christian pilgrimage, and they promised God that if the next son survived, they will offer him for his service. And not only that, they promised to dress the son for 3 years as a Franciscan monk. So, I have a picture, dressed as a little monk, you know. So anyway, I told them, this is your chance, this is your opportunity. When I was 14, I was going to go study, become Christian priest, but that for some reason or other didn't happen. So I told them, this is your opportunity now to fulfill your promise to God. They said, well, we meant the Christian God, not the Hindu God. I told them, you should have been more specific then. God is one. God is not Hindu or Christian or Muslim or, you know, is one, you know. May have different name, but it's the same God. No? So, let me go. If I don't like it, I will come back. They say, okay, come back soon. I say, let's see. Of course, I went, I liked it, I stayed. The first night I stayed at the temple, Hari Prabhu, he was the first person to receive me at the temple, and very warmly, very friendly. And that night, I had a dream. The first night I stayed in the temple. A dream, I saw a kirtan with many devotees chanting and dancing, and suddenly a golden, effulgent personality was dancing amongst the devotees, rolling on the ground, laughing, jumping, crying. The tears will come like rain from his eyes. And suddenly he lost consciousness. The devotee come around him and start to shout the holy name in his ears, and he will jump in the air, you know. When I told the devotees about the dream, they said, oh, you are so fortunate, you dream about Lord Chaitanya. I think, Lord Chaitanya, who is he? I mean, I read in the book, but not much, you know. At that time, there were very few books in the Spanish, Sri Upanishad. I read English too at that time. I learned English. But no, we don't have even English books. We have Bhagavad Gita in English. There was no Bhagavad Gita in Spanish yet. Only Sri Upanishad and some other small books maybe. Anyway, so they showed me the painting of Lord Chaitanya, and you know, I said, yes, resemble him very much. You know. So after 2-3 weeks, my parents came to visit the temple. And they brought, I have 2 brothers, 2 sisters, they brought them, and they brought also some cousins and nephew with them. So I showed them the temple and beautiful garden with many tulsi plants and roses, and I brought them prasad. At that time, Prabhupada had given the instruction to all ISKCON temples that there should be always in the kitchen 25 prasad plates. Just in case somebody comes out of the blue to visit the temple, there is prasad, no? Always ready, you know? We don't do this anymore. I mean, some temples, maybe here they have, we have a restaurant, no problem. Prasad is always available. But I mean to say at that beginning of the movement, you know, so Anyway, they liked the prasad also. And so I asked them, in my hurry to come to visit, to live in the temple, I forgot to give you the address. How did you find the temple address? My younger sister said, well, I will tell you the truth. We went to see a psychic. And just by showing your photo, he sent the ghost, and the ghost found the address for us. Are you serious? I told her. Yeah. She said, yes, it is true. That's how we found the temple address. There was no yellow pages. Or the movement was only a year old in the country, all South Americans. So anyway, I told them, okay, so the ghost brought you here, he did service, that's good, So I told them, so you're happy I'm here, I see you smiling, you're okay. They said, no, the ghost told us that after 6 months you are going to leave the temple. I said, really? Yeah, okay, let's see, whatever Krishna, wants, I forgot about it completely, but after like 6 months, a temple president called me to his office, say, tomorrow I want you to go out of the temple. Say, why? Did I do something? No, I wanted to go on traveling Sankirtan, book distribution with other devotees. You've been 6 months in the temple now, you must travel a little bit, have some more preaching experience, I said, okay, that's fine, great. The ghost didn't say where I was going. So, but something happened, make them very, very favorable. What happened is that my nephew, my elder sister son, he got ghost hunted. He couldn't sleep, have nightmares every day, couldn't eat. Out of the blue, some green light will appear over his head at night. They were really disturbed, So they went to see this same psychic for help. And this psychic, somebody gave him Prabhupada's book, so he was reading the books. So part of the treatment was to chant the Maha Mantra to be cured from ghost hunting. So the family, the boy, they were chanting Hare Krishna. So in that way, he was cured, So they came to the temple to thank Krishna for, because they tried everything. They went to the Christian church for help, nothing. They couldn't do anything. Only the Maha Mantra helped them, So they developed a little faith, and gratefulness. So anyway, after some time, few years, I went to visit the Mexico temple for first time. And the devotees invited me to give the Sunday feast lecture. They come by the hundreds there, like 200 people, more or less. You've been to Mexico. She's from Mexico. Baba Mohini. Just arriving from India, isn't it? Jai, welcome. You've been to Mexico too, many times. You've seen those. It's very nice. Anyway, so this year we had the Ratha-yatra there in May, and the Indian ambassador came, and all the Indian embassy came, and they played some bhajans, and it's very nice, they helped the movement there a lot. Very favorable. So anyway, I gave a Sunday feast lecture, and one devotee, he made a video of the lecture, VHS. At that time, that was the format. So he gave me a copy of that, and I went back to Venezuela. I made a copy for my father to watch. So my father watched a little bit, then he called his friends, come in the evening, I want to show you something interesting. So some of his friends came, and he showed them the video, So you see the video, harmonium, garland, a glass of water, people asking questions, a lot of people in the temple. And my father told his friend, look, my son became a bishop in the Hare Krishna religion. He was proud, So anyway, all of them became very favorable, very friendly to Krishna consciousness. They have the books. I gave books to all of them to read. Anyway, so this Krishna conscious movement helped, so millions of people, millions of people to change their life for the better, for good. Even if it is for some time, Prabhupada said, I create this Krishna conscious movement to give the opportunity to everyone to perform devotional service, even if it is for some time. There is no loss. Everything is gain, Prabhupada once said, all religions of the world are looking for God, and we are presenting God to them. Here is God, Krishna, accept. If you have a better candidate, present it. We are open-minded. So far, no competition. They don't have, God is one, like I said, it's not Hindu or Christian or Muslim or this or that, but there is not much information, how he looks like, what are his activities, his qualities. The Vedas, Prabhupada brought all this information to the West, changing, the history of religion and philosophy for good, The great contribution. Prabhupada said, it will come one day in the history of the world saying how this movement, helped the world in this darkest hour, saved the world in this darkest hour. So it's very important. And the 50th anniversary is, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna came 5,000 years ago, and he gave Bhagavad Gita teaching everyone. Most people didn't understand, so Lord Krishna came again as Lord Chaitanya 500 years ago to explain to people how to live by the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Chaitanya himself, he asked all his followers, go door to door, preach this message. No? He called one day all his associates together and he told them, Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridas, Sarvatra Amara Pragya, Koroho Prakash, Pratigare Gaye Gya, Koro Ibikka, Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Koro Krishna Shika. Listen to me, Nityananda, listen, Haridas, let the whole world know my desire. Go door to door and ask the people three things. Beg from them three things. Bolo Krishna, chant Krishna's name. Bhaja Krishna, worship Lord Krishna. And Koro Krishna Shika, follow Krishna's instructions as they are in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Put in that order on their heads. They will go every day, door to door. Like the Jehovah Witnesses, They go door to door. We should follow that example. So anyway, they will ask people, they convince people to chant the holy name of Krishna so many times per day. And the method was a humble method. With a straw, that is a sign of humility, symbol of humility at that time, of the time of Lord Chaitanya. They put a straw in between your teeth and beg the people something. That was a symbol of humility. So, and they would say, you are such a nice religious person, you are so, austere and knowledgeable, and they praise the person. Person said, no, please don't say like that. Do you need some donation, some money, some food? Please ask whatever you want. And they will ask, please, just give up all your nonsense and chant Hare Krishna. Remember Lord Krishna. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pranadan, Charane Doriya Boli, Krishna Deho Man. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Pradhan, Krishna is your very life and soul. Holding your feet, I implore you, please surrender your mind to Krishna's lotus feet. And that way they preached, they convinced many people to take to Krishna consciousness. In the evening they will bring the Sankirtan result to Lord Chaitanya. So many people promised to chant. So many times the holy name. But sometimes Haridas Thakur will have some loving complaint about Lord Nityananda. He will tell Lord Chaitanya, please tell something to your Nityananda. Sometimes he put me in trouble, you know. We go preaching together and we got somebody's home, some householder, and he see that the householder has a cow, so he will go there in the Goshala and milk the cow, drink all the milk and runs away without paying for the milk. So the owner of the cow complained, you know, I want my money. So he laughed like a child and run away. And I'm old man, I can't run so much. They caught me, they asked me to pay for it. They put me in trouble, you know. Please tell him something. And another time, we are walking next to the Ganga River, and a place full of crocodiles. And he jumped in mid of the crocodile, slapping the crocodile, jumping on their back, you know, and laughing like a wild man. And I am anxious for his safety. I start yelling, please help, this man's life is in danger. And he laughs like a, you know, naughty child. And another time, he put me to shame. We are at the marketplace full of people, and suddenly he approached a young Muslim girl, and grabbing her hand, he asked her, will you marry me? And the girl runs away, you know, ashamed. So all the devotees were laughing, you know, having fun with these pastimes, you know. Nityananda Prabhu is transcendental, he's avaduta, he's just telling people, don't marry somebody who eats meats, you know, and because they have all this bad habit. It's a way of him to tell, don't do this. So anyway, then when Lord Chaitanya went to Jagannath Puri, on the way he was chanting the Jagannastakam. It is unknown author, but Lord Chaitanya chanted these prayers. So anyway, now how Lord Jagannath is related to the 50th anniversary of ISKCON. Now we try to answer that question. You know, when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was born, his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, gave him the name Bimala Prasad. In the Jagannath temple, there is a small temple of the deity Bimala, that's goddess Durga, Parvati. And there is a story behind all this. Once Narada Muni, that's in a book called Chaitanya Mangal by Lochandas Thakur, once Narada Muni went to Vaikuntha with the desire to taste the Mahaprasad of Lord Narayan. But Lord Narayan forbade anyone to give Mahaprasad to Narada. So nobody will dare to disobey. But Narada was very clever. He started helping Lakshmiji in all services. He was like very menial servant. Whatever she needed, he was there doing the arti plate, bringing flour. He was always, you know, doing very nice service. So after some days, Lakshmi told Narad, you are helping me so nicely. I'm very pleased with you. You ask me anything you want. And Narad said, I want the Mahaprasad of the Lord of Vaikuntha. And she said, please ask me anything you want besides that, because the Lord said we can give you this Mahaprasad. He said, Narad Muni said, no. Either you give me that or I don't want anything else. I mean, you are Lakshmiji, you are the goddess of fortune. You can convince your husband to change his mind, you know. Please do it. So Lakshmiji went to Lord Narayan and explained to him the situation. And he saw that she was, you know, sad and morose. And so he asked her, and she explained the reason. So Narayan said, this Narada is very clever. He always finds a way. All right, I don't want that your word be false. So for this time you can give. But you should give without me noticing. After I finish my prasad, when I turn my face looking somewhere else, you take the plate without me seeing. So nobody noticed that I, gave permission. Hare Krishna. So anyway, she did that and gave the full plate Mahaprasad to Narada. Narada ate to his full satisfaction the Mahaprasad. After that, he became so ecstatic and in love of God that he was dancing and laughing and crying and rolling on the ground. His body became elongated. He broke his Brahmin thread. He went throughout the universe chanting loudly, playing his veena, and so much ecstasy. Finally, he reached Kailash, where Lord Shiva lives. Lord Shiva saw Narad Muni. He said, Narad, you're always happy and ecstatic, but today you are more ecstatic than ever. What happened to you, brother? Please tell me. And Narad said, well, I got the Mahaprasad of the Lord. You didn't save anything for me? Well, I'm very sorry. It was so delicious. I couldn't keep anything. But see, I have still some little Mahaprasad attached to my fingers. I didn't wash my hand. I was so happy. You want this? Please do. So Shiva opened his mouth, and Narad Muni, whatever left attached to his finger, he put it in Lord Shiva's mouth. Shiva became so ecstatic just by touching few samples of this Mahaprasad. He started to laugh and cry, roll in the ground, and he started to dance wildly in ecstasy. The dance became more and more powerful. It seems that he's going to destroy the whole universe, with his dance. All the demigods were worried, what to do, stop the dancing. So they went to his wife, Parvati. Please tell him it's not the time for devastation now. Please make him stop. So Parvati went to her husband, pacified him, and asked him, dear husband, what happened to you? So he explained. And she said, you didn't save any Mahaprasad for me? He said, sorry, it was very little. Was not possible. Maybe he wasn't meant to have it. Parvati became very upset, and she became very, very upset and angry. All the universe was trembling, She was like going to destroy the whole universe, So all the demigods went to Brahma, asked for help, do something. So Brahma went at the shore of the milk ocean, prayed to the Lord, please help us in this difficult situation, what we shall do. So Lord Vishnu appeared to Parvati, pacified her and promised her, you will have my Mahaprasad, for sure. Parvati said, because the Lord told her, Lord, you're not destroy this world, all these creatures are your sons and daughters, please be pacified. So after she got the promise to have the Mahaprasad, she said, I don't want the Mahaprasad only to myself. I want it for all the living entities. They also need to have this Mahaprasad. So the Lord smiled and said, yes, I promise you. Even the dogs will have my Mahaprasad. Chandalas, Yavana, everyone. No distinction of caste or race. Everybody must have my Mahaprasad. So I will come as Daru Brahma, Jagannath. And you will be the first one to have my Mahaprasad before anybody will have it. So even nowadays, the custom in the Jagannath temple is that all the Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath will be first offered to Bimala Devi. Then becomes only Mahaprasad, not before. And this Mahaprasad, they give even to the dogs. No hard, rules for who will get Mahaprasad. Anyone, everyone, The first time I went Jagannath Puri, that was in 1980. And I got Mahaprasad from the temple. They sell it, in the clay pots, rice, dal, and such a nice prasad. And I was eating, so happy, And two men passed next to me, said, to eat Mahaprasad, you should take your shoes off. I'm very sorry, didn't know. So that's one rule to take Mahaprasad. You have to take your shoes off. We don't know sometimes those details, but are important, So anyway, So by giving Bhaktivinoda Thakur this name to his son, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Bimala Prasad, it is in a way saying that he, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, will distribute this Jagannath Prasad throughout the whole world through his dearest disciple, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, he established all this Ratha-yatra festival all over the world. Now we have like hundreds, almost 500 festivals of Ratha-yatras all over the world every year. And everybody get the Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath at that time. So this why Prabhupada's guru was named Bimal Prasad, that his dearest disciple will take charge of giving this Jagannath Prasad to everyone all over the world. Why only in India? Why not everywhere? All living entity must get this opportunity, isn't? The first time I went to Ratha-yatra was in 1976 in New York. Was the first big New York Ratha-yatra. Prabhupada was there. And Jayananda Prabhu was there. He built the car, he took Prabhupada to see the car. We went also to see, along with Prabhupada, the car, how they were, being finished, and was so ecstatic, And the Fifth Avenue was closed, with police escort, the longest avenue in the world. And the front page of New York Times came, in the newspaper, East meet West in the Fifth Avenue, New York. Was a great success to see Prabhupada riding on Subhadra's car, and with Lord Jagannath and Lord Balaram's car, triumphant, He came in 60, he started ISKCON 66. And 10 years later, he was passing triumphant all over the Fifth Avenue. Was amazing, isn't it? That's a great success in few years. So much success. Because that's how Prabhupada surrendered to Krishna. Prabhupada was empowered by Krishna. Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi. Somebody, unless it is empowered by Krishna, can distribute the holy name of Krishna all over the world. So this is the proof. This is the proof. So, also, when Prabhupada arrived in New York, he was alone for a full year, almost no help. Once he was at the park, sitting there, chanting. One American man sat next to him. So, I can see by your dress you're from India. You're a monk, yes. Do you have temples, have disciples, books? Prabhupada said, yes. We have hundreds of temples, thousands of disciples, and millions of books. Only time is separating from all of this. Only time is separating us from all of this. Prabhupada had full faith that this will happen. By Krishna's mercy. Everything is possible. That's a miracle. That's a miracle. Yogeshwar Prabhu wrote a book called Swami. And that book, an expert said that Prabhupada was, in Vrindavan at the end of his lila in this world. So the devotees were surrounding him, and Brahmananda Prabhu told Prabhupada, if you want, you can overcome this disease. You have mystic powers, You can live longer if you want. Prabhupada said, that's fanaticism. He said, that's not my miracle. My miracle is that you are here. And why you love this person, Krishna, who you never saw. Still, you have love for Krishna. So that's my miracle. What you have in your heart now. That's the miracle Prabhupada made, So, and this contribution is going to last, for 10,000 years or more. That's the prediction of the Shastra. So it is wonderful that we are celebrating ISKCON 50th anniversary and Los Angeles 40th anniversary, Ratha-yatra, isn't it? 40th anniversary. We are also celebrating 40th anniversary of Ratha-yatra in Guadalajara, Mexico this year. It's going to be middle of November. Everybody's invited. You will have a great fun. Have you been? Only Mexico City. Mid of November. November mid. So she went to the Mexico Ratha-yatra this year. She had a great fun, isn't it? Was very ecstatic. Because we have two, one in Mexico City and one in Guadalajara. So the Mexico City is mid of May. So we don't want to make too close to one another, because sometimes devotee can't afford so soon to travel to one. So we give them time, to make some saving to come to. And it's nice weather, not cold, not hot either, and no rain. It's very, very nice. And we get very nice park, nice park in front of the biggest cathedral in the city, and thousands of people comes, We distribute thousands of Jagannath Prasad. And it's very nice, so everybody's welcome. So it's almost 8 o'clock. Anybody has any comment, questions? Please. Can somebody please, can somebody explain? There's a question. The instinct, anybody understood what he's saying? Instinct. The instant you are liberated, when you accept Krishna consciousness, of course, everybody is liberated if they accept Krishna. Definitely. Yeah, the challenge is to remain liberated. Yes, the instant you accept Krishna consciousness, that instant you are liberated. That's correct. Very nice realization. But one must remain liberated. And for that we have to follow the regulative principle. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and chant Hare Krishna. And that way we remain liberated. That's the whole idea. Everybody got the chance. Everybody who sees Lord Jagannath in his car, everybody who pulls the car, everybody who tests the map, everybody get liberated. So, yes, you're right. Hare Krishna. Any other comment or question? So thank you, all of you, for coming and listening. Yes? Yes? Oh yes, of course, you need a guru. Everybody needs a guru. Even Krishna himself accepted guru. Although he's God, just to give example to others how important it is to have a guru. Yes. You need to be guided in your practice, and that's why guru is needed. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Tad vidhi pranipatina pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti teganam yanastattvadarshina. Just try to find the truth by looking for a guru, spiritual master, asking him question, proper question, and render service. In that way, the self-realized soul can enlighten you with transcendental knowledge. Lord Krishna himself is advising everyone to get guru. So it is important. First read Prabhupada's book, understand his teaching, accept him as Guru, Shiksha Guru, highest, most prominent, highest Shiksha Guru. And in his book he said you must have a Guru who will give you initiation and connect you with the Parampara, Guru Parampara. That's very important. It's part of the tradition. For millennia, for thousands of years. If you are sincere, Krishna is in your heart, He will guide you. Of course, the Guru has to be bona fide. Bona fide means he follow all the rules, regulation, and he surrendered to Krishna, no material desire, only desire to serve Krishna. He's fixed, he's very attracted to hear and chant about Krishna, very attached to serve Krishna. Yes, yes, everybody should get the chance to chant Hare Krishna. And this festival we do, we give chance to many people. Very nice. So thank you very much for comments and questions. Jai, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Rukmini Dwarkadish ki jai. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki jai.